Estamos en los 40 rugientes, parece ser que nos ha tocado un anticiclón, Organised, y nada, esperar a ver cómo nos cogen los de atrás y cómo se van los de adelante. Y bueno, nosotros aprovechamos para arreglar cositas que se han roto estos días y nada, esperar a ver si pasa rápido este anticiclón y podemos salir de este pozo. Un saludo.
So the animation shows the span of the fleet, if you like. Chemini Pujala and Neutrogena up front. Chemini Pujala extending slightly, about 25 miles since last night. Stronger southwesterlies going into the stronger breeze. Neutrogena behind in very slightly lighter breeze and still closer to the exclusion zone. Gaius still in the light situation in the high pressure zone. You can see them more or less trapped in the centre, trying to get south, but the exclusion zone stops them. Picking up a little bit of speed this morning. Renault Captur catching Gaius. We are water just approaching the longitude of Cape of Good Hope. Should be passing this morning. One planet, one ocean going nicely, pretty much downwind in westerly breeze, and Spirit of Hungary going well in a nice southwesterly, all stable for them, as indeed they are at the front of the fleet. The rankings then this Friday morning, 9 o'clock, 30th of January. Chemini Pujala leading by 256 miles. They've made a gain of about 28 miles over the last 24 hours on Neutrogena. Neutrogena slightly slower this morning, 14.1 knots compared with 16. Gaius have picked up a little bit of speed, but there's the big figure for them is 230 miles is all they've made in 24 hours, averaging 9.6 knots, while Renault Captur have been making 12.8 knots over 24 hours. So a big gain to Renault Captur, who are catching up on Gaius. In fifth, We Are Water. Good speeds, 11.3, 12 knots today. One Planet, One Ocean, good in sixth. And Spirit of Hungary, 13.6 knots in the speed gun, averaging 15 knots over 24 hours. I'd imagine Conrad Coleman and Nandorfa are pretty happy.
In fact, we at the moment we are looking backwards, because the meteo that we're having now it's dangerous for us, because the boats in front are gone and boats in the back are catching us. So at the moment we are looking back. It's our concern, but I think after this high pressure, we are going to look forward again and try to have some miles from Nautical. Right now it's okay. We are like going out on the first catch of the high pressure, and now we are sailing with 14 knots of wind, and downwind sailing. It's nice, and we are sailing fast at 12 knots. In the following hours, probably we'll stop again, and the wind will go to the front, and we are going to have another kind of problem from the high pressure. But for the moment, the night was not so bad, and we were sailing slowly, but we were sailing. That this is not bad.
So looking first of all at positions 5, 6 and 7, well, the big news today will be the passage of We Are Water across the longitude of the Cape of Good Hope. That should happen this morning. They're fairly close and going nicely, making about 13, 14 knots in an easterly direction, or northeasterly direction in fact, but they should cross that landmark for them, and that will be a big moment for Bruno Garcia and Willie Garcia. Started out with a programme which was very late, very little preparation, And of course, they had that nice message of solidarity yesterday with Spirit of Hungary. But today, the focus should be on Bruno and Willie as they pass the Cape of Good Hope. A real big moment for them. They've never raced in Imoca 60 together. They'd only had limited training time, and they've sailed an exceptionally consistent race so far, and have certainly been enjoying the south. A quick word about Anna Corbea and Gerard Morin. In many respects, they owe parts of their career to Bruno Garcia and Willie Garcia, who are really the pioneers of short-handed or modern short-handed ocean racing, and Anna and Gerard followed in the tracks of Bruno and Willie. So Anna and Gerard stuck in the high pressure just now. We spoke with Anna this morning, and she said that they just really had to do all they could. She felt they were moving a little bit better this morning, making 13 or 14 knots, but was expecting the high to catch them up again. So that's Anna and Gerard. We'll hear what they had to say. One Planet, One Ocean going nice and consistently. In Spirit of Hungary, 13.6 knots on the speed gun this morning, 360 miles over 24 hours, a good average of 15 knots for them, and really sailing nice and solid. I'd imagine that Conrad Coleman and Nandor Farr will be fairly happy today.
C'est plutôt pas mal, le bateau se comporte bien. Maintenant on a eu des petits ennuis techniques qui nous simplifient pas la vie encore maintenant, mais rien de rédhibitoire. Donc et puis après à part un passage un peu près de l'anticyclone qui la sort, on a pas mal fait la trajectoire qu'on voulait. Derrière, je sais pas, c'est sûr que Gaët s'est fait prendre par l'anticyclone là, avec notre jeunesse, elle fait peut-être accordéon, je sais pas. On essaye de suivre notre route pour pas se faire lâcher par le vent, quoi, voilà. Donc on fait plus notre route par rapport au vent que par rapport aux concurrents.
Il y a des choses qui sont vraiment différentes par rapport au solitaire, ou finalement ça se ressemble?
Voilà, on dort beaucoup mieux. On fait des vraies plages de sommeil, quoi. On dort fréquemment 3-4 heures, très rarement beaucoup plus, quoi. Et puis même au moment où on ne peut pas dormir, on se met dans le rouge, on dort toujours quand même plus qu'en solo, quoi. Voilà, donc ça c'est beaucoup mieux. Les manœuvres se font à deux, le massage se fait à deux, je veux dire tout. C'est quand même beaucoup plus simple, quoi.
Ça a l'air d'être, avec Jean, d'être en tout cas votre entente à tous les deux.
C'est ce qu'on essayait de dire. Normalement, il n'y a pas de... alors, c'est toujours facile à dire avant. On n'est pas des deux. Mais je veux dire, pour les mêmes raisons, ça ne peut pas mal fonctionner. Après, il y a plein de raisons, quoi. Mais Jean disait que c'était le plus gros souci, c'était l'ego, quoi. Je veux dire, s'il y a un des deux avait arrêté, mais bon, là, c'est pas le cas. On est des outils pour le bateau, là. Donc, ça se passe plutôt bien, quoi.
So, top half of the fleet, Chamonix Pujola spoke with Bernard Stamm this morning. Everything good on board Chamonix Pujola. He reviewed the first month and really said everything has gone pretty much to plan. A little bit close to the Azores high pressure system initially. That lost them out a few miles on Hugo Boss at the time and Neutrogena. But really since then, he said they've been able to sail their own course, particularly in the south. Since they've been in the south, they've really set their routing for themselves and not really worried too much about what Neutrogena or Gaius were doing. He spoke a little bit about the gaps opening up now in the fleet. It seems inevitable, particularly with Gaius, as I say, in the high pressure zone. That's really mean the two leaders have broken away quite substantially in the last few days. But it is inevitable in this kind of race with this size of fleet. Once we get into the south, then the gaps do tend to open, dictated by the weather systems and the positions on the weather systems, and sometimes that's just a question of luck or bad luck, as in the case of Gaius Centros Auditivos just now. Chamonix Pujola going well today, 16 knots of boat speed. Bernard Stamm was also just saying how things work out with Jean. Really, they have no egos on board. It was possibly a little bit of a concern beforehand, That was one thing they had discussed, but really he describes themselves as tools to make the boat go fast, and really they have so much experience on board. They've done a fair amount of two-handed sailing and a lot of solo sailing, so they know how things work and they know how to make things work, and really it's a function of that they're doing so well. In second place, Neutrogena, Guillermo Altadil and Jose Munoz. Well, we haven't heard from them for a couple of days now. Should get them at the weekend.
Situation of the competitors today for the Barcelona World Race. Still in leader place, Cheminée Pujola. He still keep a good southwest and go to the longitude of Kerguelen with a good speed around 18-19 knots. So good reaching for this boat. A little bit difficult for Neutrogena because the wind is becoming a little more west for this boat, and he will be maybe obliged this evening to do a jibe close to the Antarctica exclusive zone. So it could be a difference at the longitude of Kerguelen between the two boats around 18-19 hours. Gaes is a boat very slow in this moment, more slow than the others because it's very close to the high pressure, so more difficulty and unstable wind for this boat in this moment. Give advantage to Renault Capture coming with the system, and we are sure the distance between these two boats will reduce a little bit, of course. The same for We Are Water coming in the good system, and it will pass longitude of Cap of Bonne-Espérance around 2 hours, so before midday. That's good entrance in Indian Ocean too. And We Are Planet One Ocean is still in a good west wind, 25 knots, a little bit more, so good speed for this boat for the next 24 hours, and good progression to the Indian Ocean too. The same for Spirit of Hungary, with southwest is around 15 knots of speed, so it will come pretty fast to close to Cap de Bonne-Espérance in the 3 days coming.
Alors Jean?
Ouais.
La bricole?
Bah ouais, on a eu des problèmes de hook, des problèmes de lashing, de loop. Bon, le loop c'est une espèce de... Bah voilà, c'est ça un loop, hein, c'est un truc qu'on met comme ça, qui tient de l'effort au bout de... Ça c'est les mérillons là qu'on voit qui tournent. Là c'est la pièce qui tient le hook, et entre les deux il y a ce loop là qu'on appelle ça, qui sert à tenir les deux, quoi. Et la voile arrive au bout. Et donc là on avait un problème d'usure du loop, et sur le J1 on a eu le problème de cette pièce là qui a cassé, on ne sait comment. Donc on essaye de bricoler, et puis ça va le faire.